Hello, welcome back to the New Narrative Virtual Workshop Series. This is a workshop series for retired and near retired K-12 educators and administrators to create income and impact on your own terms. We see this as necessary because we're looking at it twofold, because as a retiree or as someone who is planning for retirement, we want to share options. We want to share opportunities for you to create the retirement lifestyle of your dreams while still satisfying that core, that burning desire to continue to make impact in the K-12 educational system on your own terms, without overwhelm, without the grind, without the political opinions, without worrying about what other people are saying, so that you can go and spend time with your children, with your grandchildren, so that you can travel, so that you will have additional income to layer on top of your retirement if you want to help family members or help your elderly parents as they're in their senior years, or if something pops up for you, a medical condition, you have that income so that it doesn't impact your daily budget or your monthly budget. If you want to pay off your mortgage early, if you want to buy a vacation home, the impact and the income on your own terms will allow you to create that retirement lifestyle of your dreams. Yes, of your dreams. We believe that if you can see it first, you have to believe that you are the answer. You are the answer. You are the coach. You are the consultant. You are the trainer. You are the staffing strategist. You are the mentor that someone needs, whether it is a novice teacher, administrator, whether they are struggling, whether it is a school district who needs your expertise. You are the answer. But can you see it? Can you envision you being that person to go in 3 days a week, 4 hours a day to do it? You being that person who will charge your worth, charge your value, and make at least $3,000 a month, a week, or $12,000 a month. You are that person who will work part time and achieve a six-figure revenue on your own terms through your business, through your own business. And there are so many perks to being paid through your business versus on your own social security number. As you get older, there are limits in some states as to how much you can make on your own social security number. So that's why we show you how to get a number, a social security number. We call it an EIN, or employee identification number, so that people will pay you on in your business. And that's one of the bonuses that we will fill out. All of that's one of the bonuses that we offer for people who join us during a launch. We offer that bonus where we'll take care of all of that paperwork for you so that you will have your official documents done. Yes, but we are excited to be here in day number 6. You know, I'm Dr. B, the educator who went from the classroom to the state to the and retired as a district CEO. Now I'm the CEO of my own business using the knowledge and the skills that I've acquired over a decade in as a business owner, as the founder of Change Narrative Coach University, to reach back and help other educators so that they can reach back. So I'm reaching back to help you build businesses so you can reach back to help with the school district. It's a win-win situation, and I absolutely love it. We're going to have one of our Change Narrative students to come on today. Today's topic is about acceleration, like what's working and what's not working, and what do you do if it's not working, or what do you do if you don't know even where to start to make it start working. We're going to talk about an accelerator. But before we do that, since it's day number 6 and we're going until day 9. We are going to review a quick review, just the topics, and I want to 1 or 2 line sentence to talk about the objective of that day. It's Saturday, and I challenge you to go back and binge watch. You know how we'll binge watch sports or binge watch Lifetime. It's Saturday, so I am saying take some time and go back through the videos. If you want to, you can, a hack that I use is a little trick. When I'm watching videos or my training videos that I didn't get a chance to watch, I may increase the speed a little bit so that I can hear it faster. I always sit with a notepad. I prepare to learn so that I can take notes, and I'm prepared to stop it, rewind, and listen to a part again. So we're encouraging you to do that. If you're on the live, you may get out a little earlier today, but hey, the review from the week, because this is a virtual workshop series to cover an exposure to what's possible for you as a business owner. And we call it a staff training business, online staff training business, because we want you to reach beyond your school district, beyond your county, beyond your state. That's great, start there, but to help address the national K-12 educational challenges, we want you to be able to do that from your home or the comforts of your vacation home or wherever. If you like to travel, fine. If you don't want to travel, we give you this option so that you can empower educators, empower staff, so that you can make a difference using your skills and your wisdom to inspire them, to lead them, to guide them. So 1 is empower educators, 2 is build and impact thousands of lives, because we are not talking about working directly with the students, because students are always a byproduct of what staff members receive. The students will be impacted if we first address the needs of the staff. The students will be impacted. And we're not talking about just one classroom of students or just one school or just one district. We're talking about thousands through your online mentoring, coaching, and consulting. It's expandable beyond our imaginations. And you heard our guest yesterday talked about doing an international staff retreat this summer. She completed a retreat in Guatemala. The third one is building income streams. And if I can get you to understand that it is okay to talk about income, it's okay to talk about income because it's a natural part of life. It's what we can do as we are helping people with GoFundMe's, or we're helping giving to charities, or helping family members, or just taking care of the things that we are responsible for, and some of the things that we've dreamt about and never really being able to do that. And it's also about time, having that extra time. So all of this is freedom to use your time the way you want to, freedom to have an additional income streams, freedom to impact others' lives the way that you want to. Yes, I get it. You've always impacted. If you've done anything in this educational system, you've impacted lives, youth, early childhood, the sports, the arts, administrators, adults, the community. You've impacted so many. But now, after all of that time of giving, of doing whatever it took to make others successful, it's your time. It's your time. And we're going to talk about Just walk through the week. Talk about what happened this week. Talk about what happened this week. Well, we started the week with possibilities. On the day one was all about possibilities, exploring what are the educational business ownerships opportunities that would allow you to serve on your own term. Go back and watch that. We're not going to give the summary of them because we're not going to repeat that. We're going to go straight into our accelerator. On day two, we talked about impact, determining who in the educational system you want to impact with your knowledge and your experience, who they are. Day three was really about the income. Your experience is worth its weight in gold, and educational institutions are willing to pay for it. We talk about that the sales are made every time you have to implement another box program, whether it's on character ed, cultural diversity, whether it's on instruction, curriculum. All of those are what I term as a box program. Somebody had to make a sale. There was a business whose target audience is education, the K-12 educational system. So they show up and they tell the people who make the decisions how great their product is. What if you showed up and told people how great your service is so that you could be the person, the living soul, the body who will be there to help make the difference? And so income was what we talked about, and we showed you some examples of how you could do that and get to six figures within 12 months. It is possible. It is being done. It has been done, and it will continue to be done. And I hope that you will be one of the persons who choose to do it. Day four, we talked about time flexibility. How do you design your day to serve while enjoying to serve others, to continue to serve others and impact others while you enjoy your retirement? The funny thing about time is it feels, like you don't have to plan anything. Night is going to come, right? If you get up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7, 8, you, there will be something every hour for you to do, whether it's what you chose to, or whether what someone else has chosen for you, whether you've chosen to make someone else's dream come true. What about deciding how much time you're going to spend? And we talked about the clock back here. How much time you're going to spend getting to the retirement lifestyle that you want? How long is it going to take you? Will you ever, or will you just decide, I don't have time. I don't have time because I got to do this for this person. I got to do that for that person. I got to do this. We can make ourselves think that there isn't enough time. But what about you? Why can't you squeeze a little bit of time in there for you to continue to feed that burning desire that's inside of you? We can be busy, but unsatisfied. Yes, we can be busy, but unsatisfied. And then we talked about yesterday, building your potential client list, some educational institutions that need your knowledge, skill, and your heart of retired K-12 teachers. There are people who need you. Once you share once you share the dream, right? Once you share the dream, there are people who need you. And once you share that, then you can find out who those people are. And we went in depth in that on yesterday. So again, that's just a uh, quick summary of what we did each day. What we did each day, the possibility, the impact, the income, time flexibility, and potential clients. Now, today, our focus is on the review, and we just reviewed, and then it is going to be on Success Accelerator. Like, how do you maximize what's working and adjust what's not working? How do you maximize what's working and adjust what's not working? Now, I'm going to review really quickly before we talk to our guests, and we're going to come back to it because I want to share it with you so that you can take some notes and listen to her as what she's done to maximize her potential. So let me share my screen really well. Welcome, Coach Chandra. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Great. We're going to get to you in 1 second. Yeah. So we talked about this, and you probably have seen it. If you are going to maximize your potential and you want to get it done in a way that you don't have to continue to grind, we've talked about the Freedom Blueprint quite a few times. We are going to offer you the opportunity to have access to this step-by-step plan that helps you to build your business with no guesswork, with no overwhelm, just results. And we said it twice. No guesswork, no overwhelm, just results, helping you to get results. And Coach Chandra is going to continue to talk about her results that she's gotten from partnering with Change Narrative Coach University, because we can't say it enough. You spent your life creating change for others. What about you? It's your time to build something for yourself, and this is how you accelerate. These are the three main things that we offer. And we talk about a plan always, personal and professional. How do you make it all work together? The client magnet plan. How do you attract your dream clients? And how do you do it with ease? We help you to package your expertise, because a lot of people come in and say, well, I can do so many things. I know how to do coach, I know how to consult, I know how to um, do a lot of things, but which ones, how do I package all of that and work on my zone of genius, the thing that I just love to do, the thing that gives me joy? And then how do you make that into an offer? How do you make that into an irresistible offer so that you're the person going to those school districts instead of the other? We talked about the educational marketers. They're great marketers. That's why you're always getting another box program to implement, because someone has sold it out. So, how do you do that? And how do you build your marketing strategies? And you want high value opportunities. We talk about that. There's nothing wrong with, you know, lower value. We have a book that's on Amazon. I think it sells for $15, and it talks a lot about leading your imagined life. But when you're talking about transforming people, they need to touch you, they need to see you, they need your experiences, they need access to you. So the first thing is we talk about a master plan for you. Then how do you generate revenue in your business? Because that's what business is about. We help you to generate revenue ready contracts, and we have our guest today may talk about that and talk about discernment, our discernment agreement. We help you to create contracts that determines your term, and then we help you to figure out a system, whether it's going to be workshops, a course, or daily workshops, seminars. How do you give flawless service delivery, helping you to build your confidence um, to serve your clients? We do that through customizable contracts, and we have a framework for delivery. And then we show you how you can store all of that online. And finally, it's a 12-month partnership. It's a 12-month partnership. And our partnership is just like you thinking about going to school. It's a university, a virtual university, and it's for 12 months for you to get to six figures. If you get into six figures, making five figures per month, about 12,000 per month, excuse me, there is a tuition that you pay so that you can get to five figures per month to end the year with six figures. You'll get personal coaching, tailored advice, unwavering support to build your six-figure business. And for the ones of you who are here, who are going to listen to this between now and Tuesday, if you decide that, hey, I'm going to partner with Dr. B and the Change Narrative Coach University, we have some bonuses for you. We have three bonuses. And the first bonus is worth $15,000, which we give it to you for free. We will go ahead and set up your LLC, your EIN number, and all any official papers that you have, so that when you come on board, our clients normally do that. We show them how, but we'll do that for you as a bonus if you sign up between now and Tuesday. And then our second bonus is we'll do your branding for you. We will get create a customized branding with your, of course, with your input. That's a $500 value. So you see right there, that is a value of $2,000 that we give you for free. We give you for free so that when you come out, you look like an expert. We've talked about some different things. And as you look at the replays, you will be reminded of what they are. And the final bonus is, especially with Black Friday coming up and all of the end of the year shopping, people love a discount. So we offer, during the launch, we offer you a what we call a Freedom Blueprint discount of at least $2,000 off the annual tuition. So outside of the launch is a little bit more, but for people who enroll during the launch, you get a $2,000 discount off. So now is the moment for you to invest in yourself and your business at a discounted rate. And it's giving you everything you need to hit six figures. I'm going to stop sharing. A lot of times we we buy a car and people understand you buy a car and you make payment plans, right? You're going to buy a $20,000 car or a $30,000 car or whatever to get from point A to point B. And the way that society has conditioned us that, no problem, that's what we do. We sign up and we figure out what the interest rate is and we pay it. If we want to buy a home or we want to pay tuition to get a 4-year degree, which doesn't guarantee you a job, you can get a 4-year degree and you pay like 50,000 to 100 and something thousand and pay off those student loans. Society has conditioned you to do that. Society has not conditioned us to be entrepreneurs, right? To invest in ourselves and to pay a tuition to learn how to be a business builder. And especially if we're coming from the educational system who spoiled us and they paid for our professional development and they reimburse us for travel and meals. Now you're saying, I got to pay for my own training. Yeah, you're a business owner, you're a business leader. So think about that. We're going to talk with Coach Chandra, and we're going to come back to the Accelerator and see if you have any questions. And if you do have questions and you don't want to ask them here in the group, whether you're live or on a replay, you can text me or email me, send me a direct message and say, hey, I want to talk with you personally. How can I speak to you personally? And then we can talk privately, either by phone or jump on a live together. I will send you a link where you can do that. Because I know as adult learners, sometimes we don't want to put our business out there for everybody to know. Right. But that's what we have to offer to get to accelerate you. Hey, Coach.
Hi
How
there.
Hi. Thank you for showing up on a Saturday. Thank you for showing up when you have visitors in your home.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for your commitment to share with other business owners who are either started a business but it's not at six figures, or people who are transitioning into retirement and don't know that there are options available, and for people who are retired and they are taking roles that other people have decided that they can do, but now you're going to share, how they can actually do it on their own terms, and then make six figures like you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so listen, you shared with us yesterday about your goals, how you started. Now, some people may be here that weren't here on yesterday. So tell us who you are and who you serve, and how did you look? Well, just start there. Then we'll come back and say, well, how did you accelerate that process? How did you look at what wasn't working and then changed it around to what is working for you?
Sure. So I am Chandra Joseph Lissette. I am the CEO of CJ Education Consulting, LLC, and I serve K to 12 educators. And my business is built all around wellness retreats for K to 12 educators.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, I love that because I love what you said on yesterday, and it's a part of what we talk about at Change Narrative Coach University. Children are the byproduct of the wealth and the health of teachers and of administrators. And I know what you've seen too is that it's not just for the teachers, but it's for the administrators or it's for anyone who's working in the educational system. We all need to take care of ourselves. So when you started retreats or started your business, what did you see was working and what kind of tweaks did you need to make to get to where you are now to be fully walking proudly in serving educators as in retreats? What
Mhm.
tweaks did you make?
So if I think about what was working, I knew that the content, the message, and the space were working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I mean that I knew that K to 12 educators um, needed a space where they could experience wellness, where they could be in community together and experience that level of wellness, where they could be in community together and have conversation about what their experiences were in schools. Um, and so all of that was working.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I wanted more of that. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted, more opportunities for educators beyond what I was doing at that point in time. And what I was doing at that point in time were small PDs here and there, speaking to people here and there in different groups. But I wanted to be able to really do full-fledged retreats for longer periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so what I had to do was also pay attention to what my clients were asking of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I surveyed them regularly, got feedback, kind of just like we do in the classroom, right? We get feedback from students. I needed to get feedback from the adults. And I asked the clients what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
What did they need? What kinds of experiences and what kinds of places did they want to be in? And that information helped me as I was moving closer and closer to developing the retreats that I knew that I really wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the first things that I would say is that, ask your client what they want and what they need, right? Go directly to them. They will tell you, right? Who are your people? Get in contact with them and ask them what they're looking for. And then align and design programming that matches what they need.
Mm-hmm.
I also had to really work on my marketing strategy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when I first started, it was, of course, the people that I knew, this is what I'm doing, this is what's going on, and they would stop in and maybe bring a friend. And um, I needed to broaden who I was marketing to and how I
Mm-hmm.
was marketing. And so, for that, I had lots of conversations with you about what I needed to do. Part of that was expanding my email list. Um, Part of that was connecting with organizations that also served my clients. What did that, right? What did that mean? There, there's for me, it was like going to the union or new teacher development groups or, larger groups of folks instead of just kind of tailoring to individual. This is what Sean is doing. Come on, you come, you come, you come. I was able actually to market to large groups of people. So groups that already exist, whether online or actually in person, who could send my message out
Mm-hmm.
to hundreds of people, to
Mm-hmm.
hundreds of people. So that was really a huge boost when I was moving from doing these kind of small, 1.5 hour PD sessions to the larger retreats, to day-long retreats, to 2-day-long retreats, to an international week-long retreat in Guatemala. Um, so really, finding out where your people are, going to them, partnering with organizations who are serving your clientele, but you are offering a different type of service that they don't offer.
Mm-hmm.
But they're very much interested in sharing your work with all of their clientele.
Mm-hmm.
is a huge way that I was kind of able to really magnify the amount of people who knew what I was doing, who were interested in my retreats, and then in turn attended my retreats.
Mm-hmm.
And careful attention had to be paid. And each time I took another step, I would survey again. What's
Mm-hmm.
working for you? What isn't working for you? What would you like to see?
Mm-hmm.
um, and keeping them informed of kind of the things that I'm doing, right? So developing a community of your clientele is super important too, right? Like these are the things that I'm doing. This is what I'm working on. Look out for this coming. Look out for that coming. Sharing my wellness tips with them. So
Mm-hmm.
really developing your community and asking them to share with other people
Mm-hmm.
as well, right? I think was really, really helpful. The other thing that I had to be really clear about is staying true to what I wanted to do. You had mentioned the discernment tool, and I found the discernment tool super happy as opportunities came in front of me, and opportunities will come in front of you. There's no question about it. But using the discernment tool to make sure that those opportunities are in line with your business, are in line with your values, are in line with what you want to do. So as an educational consultant, people want you to do all sorts of things, and I was asked to do all sorts of things. And there came a point in time where I was like, I don't actually want to do PD. That's
Mm-hmm.
actually not what I want to do. I actually want to do these retreats. And
Mm-hmm.
so it meant turning down some projects and some opportunities because they weren't in line with what I really wanted to do. When I got really clear on that, and every opportunity that came through, having the opportunity to go through that discernment tool and say, is this in alignment or is it not? And making sure that if it wasn't in alignment, I was clear that that wasn't something that I was going to do. I also, because like educators, lots of people, I wouldn't just outwardly say no. What I would tell them is that, sometimes it was like, not yet, because this is what I'm doing. And more often, I would also recommend other people, right, that actually are really interested and really good in doing that particular work that they were looking for. So now I haven't burned any bridges, right? I haven't cut any ties. I've actually expanded my network even more, even more. And so keeping those relationships, nurturing those relationships, um, has been really helpful in expanding my business.
Awesome. Oh, you got me excited. Excited. I love it. I love it. And I love the part that you shared about building your community and then, professionally referring um opportunities to others where you knew in your mind you were already clear about your dream, your vision, but to to make it a win-win situation for the persons who wanted you to work with them, and then for someone who was still looking for a contract, you made that connection. You connected them. That is powerful. That is powerful. And I know that with the discernment tool, it also it asks so many questions to help you to be clear on who you want to serve and are you a good match, and then letting people know where you are and where you want to go and where you want to go. I'm glad that you saw that as a powerful tool. And I think, and I'm going to say that that was developed more from your conversations with me, because you had all of these offers and you would always say, well, Dr. B, you know, this person is building a school and they want me to blah blah blah, and we would sit down and have all these conversations, and then someone else would come and ask some of the same questions, and I just decided, okay, we need to create a tool so that people can use this. And I'm saying that to say, ladies and gentlemen, that's what happens once you are out there and you start working with clients. It may not have been a tool that you decided up front that's going to be a part of your program. So why am I telling you that? Because it won't be perfect. Don't sit on your dream trying to make all of the parts of it in your head, because you're not going to think of everything. Just as Coach Chandra said, when she worked with people, then she asked them. And once they gave her feedback, she monitored and adjusted. So the discernment tool was born out of conversations with Coach Chandra and others that I couldn't have thought of on my own. So don't be afraid to step out. Go ahead and step out and start serving the people who you want to serve, and your business will develop as you are working on that. Um, so talk about your contracts, Chandra, because that's one of the things that we're going to work with our people. Is one of the things that we provide is a sample. We do recommend that you take it to your attorney and have them to look at it. But were those sample contracts? Did they play up a part in your business development?
Yeah. Having a template was really helpful. And also what was really helpful, even but before the templates, you actually shared that we should actually be sending out a questionnaire to the folks who are interested in working with you. Right. So even before the contract, it was so super helpful to work with you to develop a questionnaire that I could send to a school or I could send to a department head or whatever group that I was working with to find out what was the body of work they really wanted to have done. What did they want it to look like and that sort of thing. And I will say it was helpful for me, but I got so much feedback also back from the folks who were filling out the questionnaire because they were able to get really clear about their vision of what they wanted to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And so then that information could go really easily into the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So by the time we got to the contract stage, there wasn't a lot of going back and forth about, oh, this doesn't work or that doesn't work, or I didn't say this or that. No, I don't want to do that. Because we had had this questionnaire and had a conversation beforehand about the body of work. So, having the template and then being able to really just slip in all the questionnaire information made for contract negotiations
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
breeze, which I know is
Awesome.
not in lots of cases, but it really was a breeze because of the tools that you shared with me.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because what we experience is that, especially with people we know, sometimes it's like, girl, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. But then you don't really get, if you don't fine tune that contract and you're there for a month or 2 months and you're thinking, hey, we're really rocking here. And then they come up with, oh, well, can you do this?
Mhm,
Oh, can you do that? And we're like, well, no, we didn't decide that, but I know you can do it. Mm-mm. No, we stand on business. We
mhm,
stand on sound business practices. So then that becomes another contract at another fee, right? Because
mhm,
this is what we agreed to do. And if we can do that, but let's be successful at this first. And then we can move on to something else. Because just as a tip to everyone who's listening, you can get bogged down in all of the extras that people add on that you're not successful in on what you started with, and that doesn't look good for you in your service. So you continue to give white glove, immaculate, exceptional services for what you agreed on. And then you tell them, I'll be glad to do that or look at that, but let's finish this first. And that will help you to accelerate to your goal, because when people see how great you are, they will, oh God, oh wow, she could do this and she could do that. Chandra, did you ever experience that?
a whole lot of that. A whole lot of that. And I am not ashamed to admit that I also fell into doing a whole lot of that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a point in time as I was building my business that opportunities and contracts would come to me and I'm like, oh, that looks really interesting. Oh, I love to coach. Let me do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, or they just need me for this amount of time for that. Right. Or I could do that in my sleep. So there was a lot of that as I was building my business.
Uh-huh.
Um, and looking back, I could look back and see that time spent there wasn't time that I was spending on really developing what I wanted to do, which was retreats for K to 12 educators. Now, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying it's wasted time, right? Because I believe that everything is a process, right? And had I not gone through that, I probably wouldn't be where I am now. And I also met and networked with a lot of schools, a lot of school leaders, um, which at this point really are great connections for what I'm doing now. But I will say that once you get out there, because there's such a need, particularly in K to 12 education, there's such a need. And so folks are like, oh, you can help. And once they find that you are competent, right? That you are effective, you are
Mhm,
serious about your work, you do what you say you're going to do, and the time you say you're going to do it, they're going to want more of that.
mhm,
And so the more time and energy that you put into those spaces that are not really your heart work, the
mhm,
less time you have to put into your heart work and your passion and the things in your businesses that you really want to do. The reality is there's almost only so much time in any given day. So you
mhm,
have to make those decisions. And that's where the discernment tool comes in. That's where, in a heartbeat, I will refer somebody else, right?
mhm,
Which is a beautiful thing to be able to refer another educator who is passionate about something I'm not passionate about, who
mhm,
is great at something that I might be great, at doing as well, but it's not what I want to do.
mhm, mhm. You just dropped some gems. You just dropped some gems, Coach Chandra. All amazing, amazing. And I hope you all got that, that when you are doing the things that you're good at, but that's taking time away from the things that you're great at. When you're doing the things you're good at, you're taking time away from the things that you're great at. And I'm going to challenge you that to look at that when you are doing other things for others, because sometimes we're almost guilted into things for family and friends, and we before we know it, we're not putting that time into the thing, into business building, because there is time for you to do that. Coach Chandra, if you since this you it's our last day, unless you come back another day, we'll be glad to have you. When you look at your journey, from education doing to now fully serving as an educational entrepreneur, business owner, doing the things that you really want to. Because I know there's one thing that I really love that you'll send me is it kind of reminds me of how far you come. It's you're in this journal as one of the ongoing consultants, trainers, and you put my face here because they were the faces of all the others. And your goal for years was to have your face there. And now your face is there. You are one of those national trainers. And just thinking of from that idea of having that
Mhm.
dream to now being able to have a retreat. Oh, and I got to talk about that one that I wanted to share. I said from yesterday, from having a retreat that is limitless. There is no age limit. You have young folks, middle folks, seniors. There is no limit on gender. There are males and females. There is no limit on cultural. There is no limit on where geographics. There is geography. There's no limit on ethnicity. So you're serving all of these people to just get them a safe space to allow them to see that there are challenges, to come together in a safe place and talk about the challenges in education, but to connect and come up with solutions to be more effective and to love the educational system. Because I want people to understand that your retreats aren't a session for people just to vent, but it's a healing. It's a healing for them to come together and decide, okay, we love this profession, and how do we continue to survive through what's going on? What do we need to address? So from just move your journey, if you had to sum that up in a couple of sentences for people who are deciding that, you know what, I don't know if it's worth my investment of time and funds, what would you say?
Mm. There is a feeling that I get every single time that I facilitate a wellness retreat for K to 12 educators. There is an elation that I feel. Um, and there is such gratitude that pours out of all the educators that fills me with so much joy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I would say to everyone else, there's this thing or these things that you're supposed to be doing because it keeps popping in your head.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps coming back, right? Like there's this business, there's this idea, there's this notion, there's something that keeps coming back to you. I'd love to do that, or it would be great if. Wow, right? It never leaves you no matter what. When you have that, you need to follow that.
Mm, 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 mm,
You need to do that. You need to figure out how to do that.
mhm,
And once you do, the joy, the elation, the satisfaction is truly overwhelming.
mhm.
Like, it's a feeling that makes me, after every retreat, just have to sit down for a while
Yes, yes,
and
yes,
just let it soak into my spirit.
yes, 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 yes.
You just have to take it all in. And it is like, wow, wow,
Mm-hmm,
I did this.
mm-hmm,
This was great.
mm-hmm,
I am serving who I wanted to serve.
mm-hmm,
And they are filled with gratitude. And they are going to take that gratitude and that joy back into classrooms with them,
mm-hmm.
back into their lives, because I'm doing the thing that it was in has been in my head for years,
Mm-hmm.
4 years. And if you have that thing, you just got to do it.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. I can feel it. I can feel your passion in explaining that. And that's why we go into education from the beginning. That's why we go into education to make a change in the world. And now you get to do it on another level. Now, instead of pouring it into the boys and girls, we're pouring it into the adults who impact the boys and girls. Now, yesterday I mentioned something that you did that I wanted to share today, that if you had if if a district brought in a regular consultant who wasn't an educator, I don't think that they would have had this vision. And when you shared it with me, I thought it was just um, so great. Like, you looked at the time of the year, because we've gotten conditioned as educators to live from one vacation time to the next. Like, okay, I can make it to this one, I can make it to that. But what you did is not just talk about it. You created a retreat in October, the end of October, and a retreat the end of November, so that when the Christmas break arrives, people aren't so depleted. Now they can really enjoy it because they've had that retreat time. Was it 2 days or what?
It's 2 Saturdays.
2 Saturdays. It's
Mhm.
one in October and then again in November. So I don't think that if you weren't an educator who hadn't been in the trenches, who knew what an educator needs, you wouldn't have come up with that. So that's why I say all the time that educators are the catalyst for change. Now, I'm not saying that other people aren't valuable and some of their ideas won't work, but for the real change to occur, the it it will happen from people who've actually been there and done that and experienced the challenges and experienced the frustration. So you go into your business now to help solve that and to share what you wish someone had done for you, and to share your secrets and what worked for you, so that no one else has to go through those challenges.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
110%.
Well, Chandra, we appreciate you coming on today. We know that it's a you've got several things going on, but we appreciate you sharing that, because I could not have told your story as impactful as you have. I'm very, very proud of what you're doing and of you sticking with it. And I'm not going to go back through what we do to show the visuals, but we want everyone to listen who's listening, whether live or on a replay. And I've been getting some YouTube comments and some responses from LinkedIn. So keep the comments coming. I am reading them. But if you want to develop your business, as Coach Chandra did, because a lot of people is saying like there are too many coaches, I can't be successful. You definitely can. I hope you heard her say that there are different things that people need, and she refers it to other educators because those aren't things that is her zone of genius that she would love to do. So if you want to get access to revenue ready contracts and ways to store your program and your systems, how to create a master plan for your clients, and also a 12-month success partnership with us at Change Narrative Coach University, and with our bonuses, because we're, again, the bonuses are from now until Tuesday, and we'll be talking with them, talking with you about them more. However, don't want to hold you any longer. Think about what you want to do. What's the next step? What's the next step to make your dream a reality? Chandra's dream would not have been a reality if she did not invest the time, the energy, and the funds for a business development. Yeah, Chandra, any words, final words for people who are kind of like sitting on the fence thinking, I don't know if I want to do this. And then, of course, tell us how we can contact you.
Mhm. Sitting on the fence is not going to get you to the dreams that you're dreaming, you know? And in order to do what you really want to do, you got to take a chance. You got to take a chance on yourself.
Mhm.
And taking a chance on yourself is always worth it.
Mm, mm.
Always.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I am so glad that you took a chance on yourself. I am so glad. And I know that there are so many things I think about, how you went to another conference and your roommate just happened to be someone who's been watching your wellness retreats on wellness tips on Wednesday. You were doing like a less than 15 minutes wellness retreat. And then you went to another retreat, and this young lady just happened to be your roommate. And she was like you were a movie star, and she was from another state, but you had been impacting her life. And so how crazy was that? Awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah, the
It was
impact.
wild. It was
Yeah.
wild. You have no idea how far your reach is going and the impact that you will have on people. You have no idea. And when you want to make a difference in the world, like that's the energy that you have to go with, right? That
Mhm,
you know that you have something to share and that it can be impactful.
mhm,
And who are you to hold on to that gift and not share it
mhm.
with the world?
Awesome, awesome. That is exactly why we are here. Oh, it was uncomfortable to start this journey and to do this, but we're showing up and we're letting people know. And I appreciate you, Chandra, so much. I do. I love you, and blessings to you and your family and to everyone. Chandra, you can come back to share or visit us. We'll be here at 12 noon tomorrow. Tomorrow we're talking about, let me double check. I don't want to go from memory. We're talking about the how do you build your offer, how to build a high value offer that others can't ignore. How do you do that? How do you tell people about your services? Because that's one of the things that I used to get a lot of questions about, is that I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to share that and feel comfortable putting that out there. So if you are retired or know someone who is retired, a K-12 educator, or who is close to retirement, invite them to come on to see us at 12 noon. Take care, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Mm-hmm.